Good afternoon, traders. It's AJ. Welcome to Secret Sauce for June 4th, 2020. Okay, I want to just kind of address, a few things, and the market's kind of selling off right now. So there's a lot of stuff just kind of selling down, popping, selling down, popping. So I might get a few interruptions along the way, which is fine. That's what I'm here for. And especially if Adam News says something. We have to drop everything. Um, but a lot of people, I got quite a few emails even today. Um, a lot of traders always ask me, you have these big range plays, but you don't stay in them. I see when you trade, I watch when you trade, you're done in 8, 10 minutes, 20 minutes sometimes, um, or done in the first hour, yet the range is like 30 points. Why don't you continue to play? Or why don't you get in there? And it's like, listen, it's called discipline, okay? I'm the guy that gets up and basically writes all these ideas down. I'm the guy that foresees. I'm like a fortune teller. I can see the stock, what it's going to do before it does it. Why? I understand the market conditions. I understand if we're flat, up, gapping. I understand if we're gapping down, limit up. Where are we? If you notice through the last 2 or 3 years of just listening to these videos, you see how I trade the market. Every day it's different. I look at nothing. What about the love of the stock market? Is nothing's identically the same. There are general similarities. But every day I get up, I have to sit there for 10, 15 minutes. And a lot of you don't know this. You don't, because you don't do this. You don't have a routine. I would say 75% of you don't have routines. But every day I get up, I absorb the market in my mind. I know it sounds kind of stupid, but it's really not. I have to listen to everything, how they're talking, what are they saying. And what I do by that is I look at the market and we're flat. Why are we flat? Why is it down 50? Why is it up 50? Why is it down 200? Why is it up 300? Why is it up 500? Why is it down 500? Every day I have to get up and I listen. You can learn more by listening than talking or interrupting. But I listen and I get a feel what the market's trying to tell me, how the market's going to trade today. Are we going to have an all-day bleeder? Are we going to pop and fade? Are we going to pull back small and then run for the day? All right. I'm listening to how the commentators are talking about the market and what made the market today. And this is at 4 o'clock in the morning. 4:30 my time in the morning, because I'm up every day at 3:30, 4 o'clock. And so my mind gets this like, mm. It's like a zen. I start to feel the market, you know, and my goal every day is to make $1,000 a day. And my ultimate goal is to make that money so fast on my own list that I produce from my own looking, not somebody else's list, not someone else's idea, not someone else's thought process. I don't care. I'm at a point in my life I don't need to look at anybody. And I haven't for since I've pretty much started this room. I mean, the minute I have to go look at somebody else's list, I shouldn't run a room. I just become just like everyone else. I'm just copying an idea. If you notice, we're the ones copied. Awesome Calls Trading is probably the most copied chat room on the planet. All the other trades, small cap, they all trade the same thing. Some might do this one, and this one, but they're all the same thing. It's all crowded. Everyone trying to race it. Everyone trying to. Jeunesse was a perfect example. Everyone running in there, right? CIDM, you know. Uh, but it's like a kazar until it gets our attention. It really won't run. And even a CIDM, unless it gets our attention, traders really don't understand it, like how it's going to trade out. But see, in here, it's already predetermined. It's already predetermined. And when I get done, when I hit that mark, when I see 1,000, 1,076, 1,089, 1,000, 1,112, 1,147, I'm thinking right then and there, slow down, slow down. If I see 12, I want to stop. I'm done. Now, Can I take another trade? Probably make another 400, 800, 600, 700, 400, 300, 200. Yes. But what lasts in this business is the ability to make the money every single day I trade, to be consistent as a trader. So you have to get up, and when you get up, you have to say to yourself, "This is what I want to hit," not some dreamland. I'm going to make $6,000 today. Shut up. When's the last time you made 6,000? Oh, no, never. But you're going to make it today. So you're going to risk everything you have in hopes that you'll make 6,000, and then what? Let's just say you did, and you were lucky, and you got the 6,000. All right. Does that make you an amazing trader? Does that make you invincible? Does that make you like you're so awesome? No. I worry about you more than anybody in the world because now I feel like you're going to gamble. Well, shit, I made this much money the other day. Screw it. I can make this much money today. And all of a sudden, you're down 8,000 the next day because you were on the wrong trade, on the wrong side of it. You weren't prepared. And see, for me, every single day, if I get up and make $1,000, now if I lose 3 to 400, I'm going to get my money back. If I lose 1,000, I'm going to get my money back. For me, I don't worry about losing. I don't. It has no bearing on me. Have you ever seen me in years, in all these years, honestly, that have followed me? Have you ever seen me showing a blown up account? Answer that question. Yes or no? No. I'd rather be around a guy who trades safe, who trades consistent, trades off his own ideas, knows what he's talking about, knows how to interpret the news, you know, lets me know when he's in a trade, let me know when he's exiting a trade, lets me know when the trade is done. I want to be around that guy. I want to be around that guy that's so consistent every single day that he's convincing me to be that kind of trader. So if you make your $500 or you make your 250 or you make your 300 or you make your 565 or whatever it is that you need to hit, even if you make your 50 or $100, and there are so many of you that would just love to make $100 a day every day. But if you can make that and do that for 3 months every single day, then you can move up. Okay? Then you can move up. Now, if I was trading on my own and I didn't have the Awesome Calls trading room, okay, I just focus 6 plays, probably make 2,500 a day minimum, be done, tweet out, wouldn't talk to anybody, don't care if you follow me or not. It's not my business. People would always wonder, how did you do it again today? Just I know my own. I just trade off my list. I do my homework. I research. I know which ones to play. I attack the stocks, and I make my money. I don't have to answer anybody. I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to coach anybody. I don't have to mentor anybody. I just trade. But in here, I don't have that luxury. This room isn't about me making money. It's about you. So the quicker I can make my money, even as little as it is compared to some of these guys out there that pull in 20, 30, 15, 12, 6,000. Again, I don't care. I don't compare myself to them. In my world, in Awesome Calls Trading, in AJ Trader's world, I don't care what other people are doing. Am I happy that they're making $10,000? Am I happy they're making eight? Am I happy they're making 30 grand on a one trade? Heck yeah. If that fits their style and they've earned that to be able to do that, awesome. But for me, I have a responsibility to myself and to the room. One, make my money, get it done, get it over with, focus on the room the rest of the day. Be pleasant, be happy. When a guy's losing his account, help him to stop, remotivate him, get him back focused. That's my job. You know, I still continue to see the trades, setups, when to look for, downside, upside, help a trader get in, make his money back if he lost some, just like I do. I just see it quicker than those. So today, and this past week, actually the past 2 weeks, it's been phenomenal. And what I mean by phenomenal, our small cap runners are running. And it seems like because of the strength of this room, when we get something, especially pre-market, we're calling it out. So what I want you to do is really understand why a CIDM worked today. Now, A lot of you didn't trade it. Some of you have this thing, well, I'm not going to trade small cap. That's not what I do. Okay, well, that's you. That's not the opinion of somebody else that's sitting next to you or inside the room, but that's you. That's your opinion. Just like I have my opinion. There's certain things I go, no, I'm not touching that. It's just that, you know, what if I have a guy in here that goes, you know, a trader in here, I'm trading Siri. I can make so much money on Siri. You can? Yeah. I mean, look at this. I can make these 2-cent moves and make so much money. Okay, that's you. Good for you. That's not my type of trade. That's not how I roll. Okay? But when we get a small cap stock, I want you to see and visualize how a runner is getting ready to run. All right? I really want you to see how I set up everything. I'm going to give you 3 of them today. I'm going to go over CIDM, Kazar, and Jeunesse. Okay? Right? I want you to listen my thought process of why I picked these 3 today. All right? Now, were there a bunch of other small cap stocks running? Probably so. Were there stocks running less than $1? Hey, there's a lot of guys that will only trace pennies. That's great. Maybe this room isn't for you. I like the meat of a $2 stock running to 6. I like the meat of a $4 going to 11. I like the meat of a stock going from 8 to 15, you know, $6 to 21, you know. I like the meat of something so I can get in there and there's just no fear. When I trade something like this, there's no fear. So how do you establish a no fear trade? Okay, so let's just start with CIDM. What made this work today? All right, so CIDM comes in and you can see clearly it was gapping up. All right, so it was gapping up. It closed around buck 75 and all of a sudden it's sitting around 250 in pre-market. It made it all the way up here at 2 o'clock in the morning at 240. Now, grant you, there wasn't very much volume, but it still had piqued my interest. Now, the very next thing I do before it hits, and you have to understand, if I put it as the number 1 pick in act trading, there are 18 plus rooms that will react to that pick and take credit for the run. All right? 18 rooms. And they all came from here. Right? If you ask those owners, where did you learn? And you find out and you research, you know they came from here. They were always a part of ACT. Okay? And they will always continue to. So they may have left and run rooms copying our list, but they're still paying their service. Unfortunately, their followers don't really see where that trade originated from. Some people have, and that's why they come back to the place that originates the trade, us. Now, CIDM comes out. I have no idea why it's gapping. I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. So I want to know, is it worth in a trade? Is it worth going to play? Is it a former runner? Am I going to play it? All these questions go through my head. At the same time, I've already absorbed what the market conditions are. The beauty about small cap, and I want you to write this down, a lot of you don't know. The beauty of small cap stocks is they don't care what the market does. The market could be gapping down 1,000 points. It doesn't matter. A small cap runner will run. It will have its own mind, its own play on its own. If the market's up 2,000 points, doesn't matter. It'll run the way it will run. Because there are so many small cap traders, in my opinion, more than the bigger and large cap people, because people have smaller accounts all across the United States, all across the world. So everyone wants to be a part of that runner. The only difference between everyone else and us is we pick the runner and we trade based on our experience how to run it. So we take CIDM. So we come over here and we do some research. Let's do the research. Why is CIDM up this morning? So the first thing you got to do is figure out why it's up. You scroll down, all right? Now, CIDM expands the Bob Ross channel distribution to Roku. Okay. Now, Bob Ross is an artist, okay? He does these incredible paintings. You don't know who he is? Let me show you who he is. At some point in our lives, a lot of us have seen Bob Ross. A lot of you don't even know who he is. I'm a little bit from the older generation, so I know who he is. This is Bob Ross. Now you see him, you're like, oh, I know that guy. He does these amazing paintings, and look at this. Look at what he paints. And you watch him live, just like you watch me trade live. Like I'm an artist. It's the same thing watching him. He'll go, yeah, I use this color, and then I blend it here. And you see, you want to blend like this, and you're like, there's no way I can paint that. It's the kind of same thing in Awesome Calls Trading. I want to trade like that. I want to trade like he just knows what he's doing. I would love to paint like that, but it's going to take me a long time to learn to get to that level. That's what day trading's like. Same thing. I'm an artist. My art is the stock market. This guy's art is the canvas, but we're the same people. Okay. What Bob Ross did. So what you're seeing here is on the news is that simply that Bob channel Cinnamon expands the Bob Ross channel with the distribution of Roku. When you read a headline that stock is no longer a dollar, $2 stock. That's going to get some noise, okay? Because my immediate thought process was revenue. They're not just expanding this just because for free. They're expanding it through the distribution of Roku to enhance the value of their company and their stock. And by bringing that aboard, they can go out and bring other things aboard now. So that has value. That is going to get me to pop a stock. Okay, so now I understand the news. I like it. Now, how do you trade it? The first thing you have to do when you're playing a small cap is watch how it trades in pre-market. If Jenny's in the house pre-market, he'll identify it as well. Like this has a potential runner. What you're looking at is volume, the way it's running, how it's holding up. This is really important, especially for so many of you that love small cap. Is the stock holding up? Is it basing? Is the stock basing? Okay. Very, very, very important. Is it moving up? Is the stock basing? What is basing? Basing is this, where you got a flag, a support level, it hasn't broke, stays above it. Now, it would have been beautiful to play in here and start here. I, as AJ Trader, probably would not have touched this yet. And this is at 4:45 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm looking at volume, 60,000 shares, 20,000 shares, 7,000 shares. This is retail. All right, this is retail. I'm not seeing anything. Are you seeing 500,000 blocks? 600,000 blocks? 1,000,000 blocks? No. I'm not going to trade that. Not yet. Then I'm eyeing it. I see it now. It's breaking up right this 250 and doing another support. Okay, now you've got my attention. If you look how the stocks increase, now look, watch. 16, you ready? This is where you're learning. You're learning to become a great trader, identifying. Look at the blocks, 20, 18, right? 19. Now watch what happens at 5 o'clock when the market, pre-market starts to really open where day traders can start buying. 40,000, 14. It's starting to get on Twitter, gapping up, hits the Palmer's alert. It's on Palmer's feed now. And all of a sudden, bam, 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 200,000 shares starts to come in. 70,000 shares. Okay, now we're starting to get the blocks. 62 now, 164. Now we're building 209, 138. Okay, we're building the block. You see all this? We're starting to build the block. Now I have my attention. Now, how do I play this? I'm coming in the room. I'm starting to see it. 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm going, okay, we got a runner here. Right here, I'm seeing it pop, pop. Pure buyers coming in. Now, a lot of you already missed this move between 270 and 230, which is no big deal. It's only 40 cents. Okay. So now what we're doing is we want that move to the upside. So how do we establish that? We got the volume kicking in 170, 393, 200, 293. We're getting it now. Can you hold on 1 second? 1 second. Okay, so now we're getting the nice blocks. Again, how do you trade this? Now, if you're a short seller in here, you don't want to be shorting this. This is a no, no, no. You have to wait. Wait for the open. When it pops through a certain area. Now, here you can buy because of the support level. You can pick some up at 3. I like the 3.25. This is when I started writing my notes, exactly 6 o'clock. I'd be buying at 3.25. Your risk is 290. Now, do you go in here with size? No, not yet. Not yet. You can make more money when the size comes in, but you can put 1,000 shares in, risk to 290. So you buy it at 3.25, 330 here. Risk to 290 or 280. So your risk is 40 cents with the ability to make $1. On a move like this, I'm looking at $1 move. Okay. Now, that's how you can start your pre-market morning. Okay, AJ thinks it's going to go to 4 before the open. So with that being said, I'll take 500 shares. I'll risk at 280 off this support level. And because the volume is pretty decent, he likes it. It's made his list. 40-cent risk for $1 move. Okay, I can do that. Right? But I'm doing my notes. I want to play this. But what I need the buyer. I need that buyer. I want something to convince me that this is where I need to go. All right. So market opens. Ding, 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 ding. Now those that got in at 3.25 already banked at the opening. They're already at 440. All right. They're making money. So, and look at the volume. Million shares. I'm still not in it yet. I want to be, but because I had to do my notes, I just kind of had to wait. Right. And then right here, when I say follow the money, bam, 3 million shares. There is no hesitation. This is just you size in because you're going to be a part of a run. This guy right here is not buying 3 million shares to make 20 cents. Okay? Look at this. 3.7. 7 million shares. I have identified. I'm ready to go. I can make my living. I'm going to get paid. You're not going to stop me. I can go with 4 or 5,000 shares with only 20,000 buying power. I can rip this 60 cents, 50 cents, 80 cents, and I'll be making thousands. I could do 1,000 shares and still make over 1,100. My goal is to make a point or more. More now, if you do 5,000 shares, 4,000 shares, 3,000 shares, what do you care? What do you care? You're making 60 cents on 3,000. That's $1,800 in your pocket. Okay? Because I followed the volume. I waited. I waited to attack this trade. And so I'm looking at the volume. Look at this guy, 5 million, 2.2 million. These are blocks. These are guys with $100 million accounts using their margin money and buying 10 million shares so they can make a point or point and a half. Imagine 5 million share buyer, 5 million, 5 million. Imagine a 5 million guy at 420 selling at 520. Would you want to be that guy today? Do you want to be that guy today? because he just walked away with $5 million in one trade. I identify that right there. 3 million, 3.2 million on that stick. Oh, I'm a buyer. 3.7. I'm in it already. And what do? I announce it. I'm on live screen, and I know every chat room is going to play it, from the Spartans to the Levi's to all the small cap rooms that use our services. Everyone is coming aboard. Everyone wants what we have. This is their moment. And they're all going to say, oh, I found it. It was my stock. Yeah, it was mine. I don't care what they're thinking. I care about payday. We can worry about all that, sift it off later. But for right now, it's payday. Now, I'm in it. 4,000 shares. Added a couple thousand more on this buyer right here. I'm already in it. Now it starts to go up. I'm up. Now it goes. I was never red on this trade at all on a market order. Never did I see red on it. I saw 400, 600, 900, 1200, 1800. I'm going, oh my gosh. Okay. 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 18. Okay. I'm up 2200. Pull back down to 16, 15, 14, 12. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Rip back. I'm up. I'm up. I I see 25 on my screen. It pops. I go like, that's it. I'm out. Market order out. Everything out. Now, if I could have waited 5 more minutes, I mean 2 more minutes. Look at this. All right. But this is where discipline comes in. This is not a time for you to be greedy. This is not a time for you. I'm going to hit the home run. This is not your time. This is just a runner getting ready to make a move because the greatest chat room on the planet likes it, identifies it, and is playing it. He's not talking, he's playing. And so this room is big. This was a big room. So everyone in here wants to be a part of it. And there's some of you that won't. There are some of you that won't even touch anything. I'm going to go play this. I'm going to play it. And that's okay. It doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're learning the game. How often do you see me not play these small cap stocks? I'll play my Teslas. I'll play my shops. I'll play my G wires. It's okay. But when I see something like that, you cannot know that that stock isn't going to run. So now you're in it with your 300 shares, your 1,000 shares, your 200 shares, your 100 shares, your 50 shares, your 6,000 shares, your 8,000. What do? You let it rip. You get what you want. Okay. So if your goal is hit on a 40-cent rip, get out. If you can get, by the time you get out, you're going to probably make 52 cents on the trade, 60 cents on the trade because it's running, right? Once you hit your goal. Now, this is really important. Stock runs to 6. How many of you that are newbies have done this before? Well, I missed the 4 and I missed the 5 when he was calling it at 3. So I'm going to buy it here in hopes it'll go to, see the difference between you and me? You're trading on hope now. Don't ever do that. Ever. If you miss the run, if you miss the obvious, let it go. Let it go. Take a deep breath and go, well, I hesitated. It ripped. It's pulling now. A lot of times as it's running, people will go, is this the time? Should I get in here because it's dropping? I can get a better price? No. One thing you have to understand about small cap is once they're done peaking, they're done unless they pull down and build another source of a base. Now, I want you to look at the base. All right. So we identified these two candles at 7 million shares. That launched it to 6. Now, as you base around, you see this? Now you've got 1,000,009 here, 1,000,004 here, 1,000,000 here, 2 million. Technically, this looks good, but it doesn't. I would not buy this unless it broke out again. A lot of you would buy here thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to go back to 6. I want to buy this. Look at that. No, no, calm down. How many times have you seen me pull back and go, okay, I won't buy this unless I get through 580? Why do I do that? Why do I say that? Because I'm identifying again that it has another leg up. Unless it doesn't hit that, I'm not interested. I'm not going to get back in. And if I already made my money, why do I want to go in to begin with? I'm done. Discipline. You missed the move? Don't be trying to buy here just because you think. You're not at that level yet to know if it's going to run or not. That's what you're in the room for. And then all of a sudden you're in it and bam, you just lost your account because you didn't pay attention, because you chased it. When it's over, it's over. Let it go. If your mentor or your coach or your guy in the room goes, I will revisit this at 5.8 with 5 million shares or more, fine. Follow the leader. Bam. Take it to 10. Right? But unless it doesn't hit it, you're done with it. Now, you short sellers in here, where's your short? Well, you could say, looking in hindsight, well, I could have shorted at 570. Yeah, that's great. But for me, I'm identifying a pattern. If it can't break here and the lower low set in, this is a lower low. See the lower low? I short here. So did I miss this move here, 520 to 480? So what? I want to make sure if I'm going to take 2,000 shares short, I'm going to get paid. Where's my stop? 5. Breaks through 5, I'm in trouble. Stock can rip back to 520. That's how you set your shorts. All right, so it pulls, pops a little bit, pulls, can't break back out. Can't break back out above that 510, 520. I'm short here on that candle. And that one right here, 450, 460. Don't care if you missed 40 cents. You're trying to get confirmation to confirm it's coming to the downside. And then bam, you get paid. So that's how a short seller gets in there. Okay. Now let's take another look at something. Right? Let's take a look at Jeunesse. Now Jeunesse was in play yesterday. The great Raphael gave us this trade all day yesterday, right? It was amazing, right? Today it caught my attention. Why? I'll tell you why. Couple things. Volume was decent. Was it CIDM volume? No, but it was still decent. Okay. So this caught my attention. You see the flag base? Identifying it. Look, you see it? You see how it stayed above 750? And it was gapping up and kept pushing? Okay, so now it's 5 o'clock and running in pre-market. So yes, some people made money, right? Now the market gets closer to open. Where do you want to buy it, AJ? For me, being that it's already based here at $9, I won't touch this unless it gets through 10, right? Here's 530 peak. It's really important. Now watch how I trade it. 530 peak in the morning. Pulls down, holds a base. Where do I want to long the stock? Right here. $10. You get me through 10 with a decent volume, I'm going to long it to 11 or more. I could take 1,000 shares and make 1,100 bucks. I'm comfortable as long as you break through that flag with volume. Ding, 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 ding. Market opens. Look at the timeline. It's finding itself. It did not break. It did not break this flag and come down to 860. I'm waiting for the higher high to set in. I get the breakout. There's the 10. I'm long 1,000 shares. Bam, I announce it. Boom. $1.75 in the money. All I need is 60 or 80. I'm up 600, 800, 500, 400. What? It doesn't matter. I'm playing the quick move, quick money. I'm done. Right? Starts to pull down. Cannot break out again. Lower lows set in. I'm short here. $10. Stops at 11. I pull it. I'm done with it. Okay? I'm identifying where I'm going to short the stock. It just so happened on this particular one, um, it just so happened that Citron came out and advertised it's worth $1. Okay. It squeezed. Why would it squeeze up? Again, I don't care if shorts are piling in to squeeze the stock so they can take it down. You shouldn't either. You should just keep looking at the stock as if you're a buyer. Well, if it gets through 10, I'll get through 11. I'm done with the stock. Don't care the reason why. You should just care that the stock is spiking. It hit the mark, and we pushed it to the upside. Again, the notes dictate how to trade that. Jeunesse, do not buy unless you hit 10. This is a professional day trader talking to you. I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to this guy on Twitter. I'm not listening to anybody. This is your time to listen to me. Don't question me. Watch, observe, and see how it plays out. If you didn't trade it, take a picture of it and say to yourself, the next time this guy tells me to do something, I'm going to do it. This guy understands how to play these small caps better than anyone because he can identify what it's going to do before it even happens. And you're not risking money trying to buy it here. You see, if you were here, a regular newbie buying at 920, you're going to keep going, oh my gosh, is it going to go up? Is it going to, oh my gosh, it went down 30 cents. I got to get out. I just lost. And then it rips on you. Because you know why? Because you're not seasoned. You're a rookie. You don't know. This is why you're in here. I'm not buying here. I'm not touching this. I don't care if it ripped. I don't care what it does. I don't care. Give me 10, break out, I'll buy the stock. You don't, lower low set in, fade it. One more. Kazar. Now, I know bios probably better than any bio trader in the world, right? There's a bio room out there. I can run circles around those guys. For me, I look at the move in pre-market yesterday after hours, $5 to $8. Okay, that's awesome. Why is it up? Now, I didn't have no clue what was going on with this stock. All I know is I get up in the morning, I go through CNBC, and I see this stock is sitting from $5 and up to $7.35. Cheap stock. Hey, $2. I can get my short sellers to short 1,000 shares for a buck or two. I have to read the news, or I can play it long. I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I got a $2.50 gap on a $4 or $5 stock. I'm going to play that. That's going to make my list, right? So that if that makes my list, hundreds of you can trade that now because your accounts are sizable. Perfect. I gave you Jeunesse. I gave you CIDM. Let's give you Kazar in case you don't want to play those two. Okay, again, I have to identify, is this going to be playable? So what do? I see the gap up on CNBC. Now I have to identify, is this going to give me a paycheck? I look and I read the news. Go to the news on your scan and just punch it up. Kazar. Punch it up right here. Here it is. Kazar demonstrates improvement on exploratory efficiency measures across 7 measures of disease activity. Okay, that's nice. What phase is it? This didn't give me the whole news. I need what phase? Are we phase 1, phase 2, phase 1B, phase 3? Are we FDA approval? Where are we? Because your headline tells me you're exploring. Exploring tells me to short. I need to know more information, right? So I come in here. I look at the next headline. Studying and evaluating safety tolerance in patients. Again, I don't know what phase this is. I'm looking. What phase is this, though? I don't see anything identifying the phase. I have to. This is just studies. Again, study again, right? That one just disappeared. Let's see if it pops up. There it goes. 2 of 2 patients. Okay. I'm not liking it so far. I'm not liking it. I'm thinking this is a short. What phase? I can't. I'm looking for phase. So I kind of got tired of this crap here and just looking at all this. I go to briefing. Briefing says announce updated results from phase 1B. That's all I needed to see. Phase 1B. Okay, Now I know how to trade it. All right. So now I set it up. How do I set it up? Here's the base again. I don't want to buy it. I have no interest in buying this. I want to wait. Show me you want to break out and I'll buy your stock. I come over here. I look. I go, where do I want to break out, AJ? Where are you comfortable with this stock? I like this 760 area, 750, 760. Obviously buying at 780 on a breakout, I would love that. So let me tell everybody in the chat room, if I buy this stock, I need 775, and then I go to 9. I've already told you what the stock will do if it hits there. I've already told you. I don't need you to tell me anything. I don't need some other trader who thinks he's no more than me to tell me. I don't need anybody to tell me anything. It's done. It's done. I've identified. I will trade this if it hits here. If this was my money, I want 775 with volume. I can go to 9. How do I know that? Well, if I get the volume behind me, I can probably put, not probably, I will push it to 9. How do I identify that? Well, when's the last time this popped? A year ago, based on similarities, the stock hit the 9, 9.5. I want to see 8.5 to 9. I'm good with that. That'll give the chat room 1 point play. Now we wait. Ding, 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 ding. We waiting. We waiting. Do I buy here at 7? No. 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 You wait. Let it show you. 770 comes. It bases 770, 775 right here. Basing, what's your risk? 775. You risk 30, 40 cents. Okay, tell yourself 30, 40 cents. 30, 40 cents. Right? Just risk. Get in there. Once it breaks out, here is your full breakout right there at 8 plus. You're in it at 775. Now it's got my attention. Now I'm going to run it. Ding, 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 ding. There's the breakout, 775. Little consolidation. Rip City to 9. You're done with the trade. Finished. Do you hang around? Well, it could go to 12. It could go to 15 because this guy on Twitter told me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you listening to? Why are you paying attention to some dude on Twitter? Is he trading it? Did he give you an entry? Did he give you an exit? Did he give you the guidance? Right? In here, I'm giving you the full layout. If it does this, and how do I know? 16 years of day trading. The first half of those years, losing money because I wasn't paying attention to the things that I'm telling you now. Everything I went through is what now you don't have to go through. You don't have to go through that anymore. You can identify quickly when you come into a room how to attack that stock. Well, if he says this, there's a reason. You can go back and look later and evaluate off a video or webinar or recap what I saw and then put it in line with the notes. And then you could go, I see what he was thinking. This is how you learn. So if you missed Jeunesse and you missed CIDM, you can go to Kazar and go, well, I missed those, so I'll buy 500 shares when it hits 7.75. I'll risk 40, 50 cents, 250 to the downside, 1 point to the upside. I still make my money. He gave me 3 opportunities. I'll pick this one. He's identified the stock has room to run. It's a phase 1B. Once it hits that, he's already telling me that it's going to grind between 8 and 9 something because he's expecting an offering to come after the close. I mean, who is this guy? How does he know all this? He's identifying the pricing, what it's going to price at. He already knows it. He knows they're jacking it up to take it down, to stabilize it. This is why you don't have a sell-off. You can keep it above the range. ATM warrants offering after the close. Bam. Now you can get $6. I'll tell you right now. The offering's going to be on 20. They're going to do what? 22 million shares, 23 million shares today, right? So what's the offering going to be? I can tell you right now. It's going to be between $6 and $7 a share, probably 6.50 to 7, and they're going to take about 5 to 8 million shares. They're going to take about a third or less. They can't take half, right? They're not allowed to do that, right? But if they can get what's an offering, it's how they raise money so they can use that money to go back into their company to get to phase two, to do more studies. That's what an ATM is for. If they can pull in 22 million shares, take 30% of that, get 6 million shares at $7, they could put $40 million in their bank account. They pay the underwriters, whoever did it, handled it, they pay them all that money, and they're set. They can last another 2 years. Okay? But this room already identifies all of that before it even happens. So this way, you're not playing back and forth. Oh, it's going to run. Oh, it's going to do this. Oh, it's going to. No, stop. Time out. You're not there at that level yet. Let me show you what it's going to do. And what you do every day is you jot. Everything is a memory card. Okay, today he went after Jeunesse. He went after CIDM. He went after Kazar. Every one of those was right on point. He knew exactly how to play each one. Forget he knew Tesla was going to go to 875. Forget he knew Shop was going to go to 740, 750. Forget he knew Smuckers was going to pop. Forget that he knew TD was going to sell off to 42. This guy is he's all over. He knows exactly what each stock's going to do. I mean, he knew that air was going to gap fill. I mean, he already wrote that. That's a nothing. That was a nothing trade. I could do that in my sleep. Oh, what's that? Okay, it's up. Nothing to go on there. Gap filled to 25. All right. Smuckers. Oh, this one, you know what? Just go through 111, go to 114, scale and short, take it down. Next. All right. Then he takes SMAR. Oh, well, if it doesn't pop through, it's going to sell off to go to 45, 46. Guess what? 46 is where it sits at all day. How does this guy know this? I just watched him make me thousands of dollars on these small accounts. How does he know this? How does he know this? Because he trades everything. AJ is limitless. He has no fear. He is his own guru. He's his own guy, right? And when he makes a mistake, like on GWRE, he learns from it. Hey, and I traded this and took a loss. So what does that tell you? I will learn from that. Will I make that mistake again? No, probably not. Every mistake I make makes me a better trader when I trade it again the next time. I need to learn. I'm not all perfect. I want to be, but that takes time. I could trade for another 10 years and still not be perfect. I might be 97%, 95%, 96, and that's good enough for all of you. But for me, I just learned from a mistake. Now, at 11 or 12 trades, if one went off, it didn't do what I wanted, who cares? Does that make me a horrible trader? No, that just makes me learn. How many mistakes do you make during the day when you make a call or you make a decision? And you think, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Well, you're learning from that. And if you're not learning from your mistakes, you don't belong in this business. You need to go do something else for a living. You need to learn from your mistakes. The key is to make less mistakes. Learn from each one, but be in a room that gives you that guidance so you're not getting hurt. You're not losing money. You're staying focused. Hit your reasonable goal. If you say I'm going to make $250 a day, what have you made for the last 3 months? $100. Stop. Make your goal 125. When you hit 125, 140, 3 months out, 4 months out, then move it up to 200. Now, in between those days, you're going to make $200. I'm going to see to it. But when you start hitting 200 and you do it for 2 days in a row, it doesn't mean you're going to hit 200 every single day, 5 days a week, is it? No. Does it mean you're getting lucky? No. There's no luck. I hate that word. I got lucky on that trade. You got lucky on that call. Would you just be quiet? I will never trade luck. I trade, this is what it's going to do and why. This is where you all need to be. All of you, pros, amateurs, whatever you want to call yourself. You want to be so crystal clear. Think about my job. Think about my job. I have to get up every morning and identify 12 different ideas. Not 3, not 6, 12. I got to be accurate every day because we know Trollville's out there. They want to see me get a 50% day, which I haven't had in years. I hold myself accountable for my calls. How do I do that? I don't change my calls, right or wrong. I stick to what I write, and then I guide you per my calls, right? So there's nothing hidden. Everything is transparent. Then I trade with you. Then I trade on the list. How do you hate that? How do you hate that? How can you hate a guy like that? Guy spends hours before the market opens to prepare a room. How do you hate a guy like that? You can't. You can't hate him. You can hate him because he's better than you. You can hate him because he's accurate. You can hate him because you don't understand. So it makes you jealous. But instead of hating, why don't you put that energy into making money and hate me later after you make your 500 bucks? Okay? At the end of the day, these notes are here for a reason, right? Today, I wanted to share with you what identified these three small cap stocks for me to attack, how I wrote them down, how I visioned them, how I saw them play out. All this did today for all of you in here that fortunate enough to got to trade with me today, all this did for you was just see it all come together. And you jot it down. I can't wait to trade with him tomorrow. I'm excited to see what he's going to do tomorrow. And that's what it should do. It should excite you. Okay? All right. That is today's secret sauce. I loved it so much. I think I'm going to publicize this one. I don't care. I want everyone to see that. The last one I did got almost 2,000 views. It would be nice to share this one out. So if you get it out and you see it tonight, share it with others. I think this could really help a trade trader really to understand and identifying what to look for. Okay? And remember, I've been doing this for 16 solid years. This is my life. This is what I do for a living. All right? To help you all be successful. See what I see, envision it, and then trade it. All right? So thank you.